Hello, it is time to work more on the Inner Child Recovery Workbook. Recognizing childhood patterns. To recognize your childhood patterns, it's important that you listen to your inner child. You can do that by paying attention to what you're experiencing when situations bring out strong emotions or feelings, including anger, rejection or abandonment, insecurity, shame, guilt, vulnerability, and anxiety. So they got little faces too to help with that. Try to trace your emotions you are experiencing back to their original source, a specific childhood experience. You can then see how those emotional responses get triggered in your adult life. Do you notice yourself experiencing patterns of behavior or thinking that do not support you in becoming happy? Perhaps you can identify with some of the following patterns of thinking or behaviors. You experience fear when there is no rational reason for it. You have perfectionist tendencies. You tend to feel anxious in your relationships. You tend to avoid becoming emotionally intimate with others. You tend to be demanding in your relationships and try to control your partner. While these patterns may have served you as a child by making you feel safe, they serve no purpose for you as an adult. They prevent you from experiencing fulfillment and happiness. Understanding defense mechanisms in inner child recovery. As children, we have all experienced hurt, frustration, or anxiety. We experience these feelings because there are no perfect parents. Parents can't be attuned to their child's every need. Whether it was intended or not, we experienced rejection, neglect, and anger from our parents. As we depended on our parents for survival, we needed to find ways to protect ourselves from these experiences. The unconscious responses we develop to protect ourselves are known as defense mechanisms. While these defense mechanisms may have benefited us as children, they challenge us as adults. They can hurt us later in life by holding us back from achieving a fulfilling life. In adulthood, our defense mechanisms can lead us to disengage from our emotions, develop self-limiting or self-destructive habits, or form dependent or addictive personalities. These expressions of our defense mechanisms can cause us to sabotage our relationships and careers. As children, we may develop many layers of defense mechanisms. Okay. Here we are. Now we're at the exercise. Exercise 2. What do you want to change? Answer the following writing prompts to identify the patterns of thinking or behavior that you would like to change. 3 little boxes here. This is going to take a while. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to get this finished and filled out today, or if I'm going to have to come back to this. But yeah, I may need to also discuss that part with my therapist to help me out too, because I do this a lot. I will bring, if I'm stuck on a part, I will bring it to my therapist, because these workbooks, I believe they're great. The guidance and everything, awesome. But it is not inclusive to the autistic mind, and it can be a bit of a struggle because I also sometimes over question and overthink the what it wants. So that's where my therapist helps work through it with me. We got a little bit of a time jump in that one for sure. But I did finish it. Exercise 2. All right, what do you want to change? Got it all filled in. So answering the following prompts to identify the patterns of thinking or behavior that you would like to change. This one was a little bit of a struggle, but I did my best here. So stop. I want to give up my resistance toward. I filled in feeling a need to control my environment. It's okay to allow a bit of chaos into my life. All right. I want to no longer feel triggered by, I wrote, my inability to keep things perfect, or feeling rejected or abandoned at times. And then the last one, the part of me that I want to learn to accept and be at peace with. I have a goblin ADHD brain and autoimmune issues. I'm never going to reach the level of functioning that I was raised to reach growing up. I will have periods of minimal functionability, and it may be more than a day or two, and that is okay.